What up, YouTube family? It's your man Danny, back at it with another one. You know what I'm saying? Another one, and another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. Did I forget to say another one? Yeah. But this time, dealing with a live stream of the MonkMode Chronicles. This is actually going to be a retake from a previous version that I attempted to do a few days back, but unfortunately, due to some technical difficulties, the video and the sound didn't go through, or something of that effect, or something of that nature, and I'm not quite sure what happened because I just recently went live doing a fight watch party, so we'll see. We'll see. This is, I'm gonna test it out and try to go through it again and see if we can actually put it down for the tube for show. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and those sounds that you heard, produced by your boy, Danny Goodman. You know what I'm saying? As any of y'all, well, I can't assume that any of y'all know who I am. You know, I try to leave trails for you guys to be suspicious and curious of. But as some people might know, you know, I'm a producer. I do beats and stuff like that. You know, you can definitely anticipate and expect a lot of content dealing with that coming here soon as well, as I look to publish more music and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let me know if you even like what you're hearing. You know what I'm saying? Yup, 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 yup. Uh. Yes, sir. Yup, 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 yup. Like, what? Yup. But yeah, man, just having fun with y'all, man. Hopefully, somebody might come across the playback if they weren't viewing that and heard that. If any of y'all like some of those sounds, man, hit me up. I got a lot of beats. I got a lot of beats on deck. Lot of beats, man. But yeah. Again, man, this is a live stream of the MonkMode Chronicles. This is actually kind of like a retake of a previous session that, for some reason, I can't explain why, didn't post. You know, the video and the audio didn't post. So, you know, this is basically like a retake. We're going to try to run it back. You know what I'm saying? I might not necessarily capture all of the veracity that I had initially, and with all of the talking points that I did initially, but I will attempt to recapture it, at least enough to get the point across of what I was originally trying to convey. So, but we shall see. Definitely want to ask anybody watching and viewing to like the stream as you come in. Make sure you interact with me in the chat, as well as subscribe to the channel. If you feel so inclined, please feel free to support the channel via Cash App. There's quite a few investments I know that I will acknowledge that I need to acquire, that I'm anticipating on acquiring to take my page to another level, my channel to another level. So, you know, whether or without support, I'm definitely going to get those things. But if I can get any support, it would definitely be very much appreciated, you know. Feel free to hit me up Follow me on social media, on my social media handles, _Danny_Goodman. You can hit me on Instagram and Twitter, as well as you can email me if you have anything you want to, hit me up on a personal level. If not, through social media, DMs or instant message or whatever the case is, you can feel free to email me at DannyGoodman03@gmail.com. But I hope everybody's doing well out there, man. It's a beautiful. It was a beautiful day here in Irving, Texas, just a little outside of Dallas, for a winter day. I get kind of confused because here in Texas, it can go from being 60 degrees, 70 degrees, like in what is considered late fall or early winter, whatever. It can go from being 70 to 60 to 50 to 30 degrees to 20 degrees and right back to 70 degrees. So it can get crazy. So it can kind of be hard to assess the time of the year it is, if you're just going off of the weather. But I hope everybody's doing well out there. Y'all are, staying successful, staying focused, staying free, staying empowered, and, standing on your square and staying real with yourself, staying true to yourself and who you are and what you about, you know what I'm saying? But this particular live stream, which is a first, again, this is a retake of a previous attempt to do a live stream for the MonkMode Chronicles. The video and sound didn't capture, so I'm going to try to redo this and hopefully try to just recapture in some kind of way the essence of the first attempt. If I fail, it is what it is. Only I will kind of know. But there were some people who checked in and stuff like that who might be able to verify whether it, if they jump in, they might be able to verify whether it recaptured that same essence or not, whatever. But I will definitely attempt to. But in celebration of a MonkMode Chronicle live stream, got a little bubbly here, so I'm gonna pop a little bubbly. You know what I'm saying? Pop a little bubbly. Get this thing going. You know what I'm saying? If you are at home and you're not driving and you're in a chill place, you can handle your business today, or you've handled your business throughout the week. You're at a place where you can kind of kick back and relax. If you're in between watching maybe some football games or something like that, take a toast with me. You know what I mean? I'm sipping on just a little bubbly. You know what I mean? I got some other things that I've been sipping on today too, but as of this very exact moment, I'm sipping on a little bubbly. So if you don't mind, you can join with me on a sip. Yes, sir. So today's live stream, we're dealing with MonkMode Chronicles, and matter of fact, I dropped a new MonkMode Chronicle Part 6, so y'all check that out. When you get a chance, stay solid. Check out that Stay Solid, the Part 6 of the MonkMode Chronicles. And like it and leave some comments, some feedback, or whatever the case is. Let me know if you like it. On that particular one, man, I did it based on a new format. I've been dealing with some technical difficulties, and I'm hoping that I'm coming across that I can be heard and seen currently. And if anybody's watching, let me know if you can see and hear me right now. But I had to kind of go around some things to kind of, to still be able to put the content out and express myself and put my thoughts out in the atmosphere. So hence Part 6, stay solid. But in today's particular MonkMode Chronicles, we're going to be dealing with the state of the Brotherhood. The state of the Brotherhood. And when I say the Brotherhood, yes, I'm what people might consider African American, right? When I say the Brotherhood, this isn't targeted or specificated to those of the African American descent. This is across the board of mankind, as men in general, just being a man. If you're a man, you're a brother of mine. You know what I mean? No matter what walk of life you come from, you are going about, you are facing, you're overcoming, that you have overcame, whatever the case is. You are a brother of mine if you are a man, right? So this is going to be the state of the brotherhood, dealing with trust and mistrust. Let's rebuild the brotherhood with loyalty. With loyalty. Very interesting topic that this is. In my daily going about, I was inspired to come up with this topic, and not just necessarily my going abouts, but some of the things that I've come across on like YouTube and watching different videos and commentaries and interviews and things of that nature. It has led me to this topic because I see that there is a gap in trust, in loyalty in our own brotherhood across the spectrum of just men. No matter how rich you are, how poor you are, whatever the case is, there's a gap that needs to be stood in, concerning, the brotherhood, the manhood that, we face in society. You know what I mean? But I'm going to start this off with a proverb. Now, I don't know who all deals with the Word of God, the Holy Bible, the Holy Scriptures, but I do. So if you don't, bear with me. If you do, follow along and get through just a couple of scriptures real quick, which is going to kind of start us off and give us the basis, our foundation of what we're going to be dealing with today. So I'm going to start this off in Proverbs, the 13th chapter, in the 10th verse. So Proverbs, the 13th chapter, the 10th verse. Proverbs, the 13th chapter, and the 10th verse. So it says, only by pride cometh contention, but with the well advised is wisdom. I'll say that again. So it says, only by pride cometh contention, but with the well advised is wisdom. So there is a huge divide and a division across the spectrum of men, or as mankind, just going across the whole spectrum of nationality, race, ethnicity. We can be divided and be prejudiced towards, or favor, our own versus others, or one towards another, or a group of one versus others. But what is the grounds of that? What is the foundation of that? What is the means of that? Any kind of contention, if we deal with the scripture, it comes from pride. You know what I'm saying? So being human beings and walking in this life, we're illed with human nature and lust and, the wickedness that was instilled in us with attaining not only the knowledge of good, but the knowledge of evil. We have attained pride and, not just dealing with, across the spectrums of racism, but even racially, me, myself, I'm a so-called African American, but even amongst just strictly African Americans, there's so many dividing factors, even in my so-called nationality or ethnicity. You got the young versus the old, the educated versus the non-educated. You got the rich versus the poor, the dark skin versus the light skin. You know what I mean? Those who live in the ghetto, those who live in the suburbs. Those who have nice things, those who don't. It's just a lot of divisors. Yet alone, if you look at it on a micro level, just dealing with one specific nationality, but just looking on the grand scale of things, if you look at it macroly, how much more divisive, how much more divisors are there, you know what I mean, that basically separate us from each other as, brothers, being men. Because again, I believe in the Bible and having a biblical foundation. I believe that any person who lives today is a descendant from Adam and Eve. You know, anybody who exists today comes from Adam and Eve, you know, and if anybody does exist, we might not look alike, come from the same walk of life, sound alike, have the same language, or anything of that nature, but we are still mankind and we are brothers and sisters. You know, the brothers, you know, all men are brothers, and then all sisters are sisters. But if it's a sister I heard, that's my sister. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's pride that separates us, because that ultimately is what causes a lot of contention, right? And you know, it's just a shame, but we have to acknowledge that, you know, if we want to rebuild a brotherhood or any similitude of unity in this world across any group, not just the manhood, the brotherhood, but, you know, any group, you know what I mean? We gotta acknowledge pride, and we have to deal with it accordingly. Another scripture I want to bring about, this is going to specifically be dealing with, let me take a step back. So in my understanding of the Bible, I understand who I am and where my place is according to the Bible. I understand that I am a child of Israel. I understand that I am one of those who are part of the lost tribes. And with that being said, when we deal with the scriptures, we get to a point where we read in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, which details the curses and the blessings of those who were supposed to be established in the land of Israel. And one of the curses that, you know, was basically prophesied that would happen if they didn't keep God's commandments was this. Welcome to the stream. I want to ask that you like the stream as you come in, subscribe to the channel, interact with me in the chat. We dealing with a state of the brotherhood, trust and mistrust. Let's rebuild the brotherhood with loyalty. So I'm about to go into some scripture. This is Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. I'm going to read the 54th verse, which says, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. I must read that again. So this is Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, the 54th verse. It says, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother. So why would his eye be evil toward his brother? Again, Proverbs, the 13th chapter, 10th verse, lets us know that only by pride comes contention. So we're dealing with a lot of pride here. That's a curse of those of us who have the understanding, knowing that we are of the seed of the, you know, we are part of the children of Israel. You know, that's why we get brothers mean mugging us. You know what I'm saying? You know, all the brothers out there who might be, you know, y'all might go out to the club or something, and you looking nice. You know, you a successful brother. You know, you paid your dues and now you shining and things like that. That's why you got that one brother in the mix looking at you and mean mugging. It's a curse. But what stems, what is the essence of that? It comes from pride, you know. But in that much, it's like a pride of, to the point where it's like, what I see is a fault and a failure and a lapse in humanity and society and the brotherhood, is that if you higher up than somebody, you look down on those who have lesser than you. Yet if somebody has more than you, you look at them with envy and with jealousy and with strife and with covetousness, you know what I mean? Which is a shame, you know. One, if you have more than somebody else that is your brother, you know what I'm saying, you shouldn't look down on nobody, because in a moment of time you could lose everything you have, If we can just be real about the situation, in any given moment of time, you can lose everything you got, everything that you're proud of, that you boastful of, what I mean, that you got such pride of life about, you can lose that at any moment. And then on the flip side, why do you want to look at a brother who has more than you with envy and with jealousy and with covetousness and things of that nature, when if you can put out the same amount of vigor this brother did, you can have as much as he have, if not more. So it just really doesn't make sense for us to be proud or jealous or envious of another brother. You know what I mean? It really doesn't make a lot of sense. But I'm going to start this verse from the top again and finish it. So again, this is Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, 54th verse. It says, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. And on another note, those of us men who have children, who have gotten with the women, who have created children, take care of your kids, man. But those of us who haven't, or if you knowledgeable of men who don't take care of their kids, that's part of these curses that was prophesied upon our people, that we would leave our children. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the exact percentage or anything like that, but I would imagine that in the African American community, we have probably the highest percentage of men that leave their children. I would imagine that to be so. You know what I'm saying? I would stand to be corrected. If anybody has the exact statistic, please put it in the chat, drop it in the chat, whether now live or, on the playback or whatever the case is. But I'm just reading scripture here. But these are some faults of, the brotherhood. These are some things that we must acknowledge and accept and look to improve and enhance if we want to rebuild the brotherhood. To some people, the brotherhood might not be an important thing. It might not be an important thing to build a bond with like-minded people or with other brothers or things of that nature. But I'll get to the importance of it later. So as we move forward, the disconnect with brothers, if it isn't pride, again, which is the foundation, the source of contention. If it's not ego, either money or a chick got something to do with it in some kind of way. So when it comes to the disconnect between, two men, despite their walks of life and race and nationality, ethnicity, pride and ego might got something to do with it. But if it ain't pride and ego, money or a woman most likely got something to do with it. So if we move forward with that understanding, we can move forward more intellectually in resolving a lot of issues between men. You know what I'm saying? If you go to the club, if it's a situation where two men are arguing, they want to fight, might even want to shoot each other up, we're talking about a club setting, most likely it's because of pride, ego, money, or a woman. I look at the news, I watch the news, and a lot of times, a lot of murders, the way they describe them based off of the story. If I see the headline, one man killed after an argument, I might read the story, skim it or whatever the case is, and it starts, it'll go from an argument to a fight to a shooting. What caused that argument? Was it because of pride, ego, money, or a woman? And then now they're fighting. It went from pride, ego, a woman, or money, to an argument, to a fight. And then it escalated to a shooting and ultimately the death of somebody. You know what I mean? And this is happening, too much in society. And it's a shame. It's a shame. So, we must acknowledge these faults and these shortcomings, amongst each other. But too many times it's just a lot of cutthroat men, wanting something that somebody else has. They're trying to double cross somebody for what they have. It can even be they homeboy, you know what I'm saying, they best friend, somebody who they grew up with, you know what I'm saying. They'll double cross their own homeboy, their own man for, to come up, on some money, hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, $1 million, millions of dollars, or whatever the case is. They'll double cross their man for some money. Or they, a lot of cutthroat guys, they will even double cross their own homeboy for a woman. How many times have y'all, if not witnessed, heard of stories where men being best friends or whatever kind of background they might have had, and somebody goes after their either current girlfriend or their ex-girlfriend? Like, now the whole ex-girlfriend thing, that's definitely some weird stuff, because it's like, bro, why do you want my sloppy seconds, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if I don't bless it, if you don't come to me out of respect, for who I am and who, I've been to you, and the situation that, hey, bro, that was my girl, bro. You know what I'm saying? I came to you and told you I love her. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you want to go after my seconds, bro? Things might not necessarily work out, or we might be in a break and we might still be trying to look to work it out or whatever. Okay, see, why would you want your man's ex? You know what I'm saying? That's craziness, bro. That's some weird stuff. Yet alone, bro, why would you want that girl right now? They stand in as is girl right now. That's crazy, bro. It's crazy. But it's reality. It's a lot of men out here who are in jail right now or in prison right now, whether in federal prison, state prison, local county jail, or whatever the case is, over situations like these, lusting over somebody else's woman or ex-woman, and things got out of hand. They got emotional and reacted, and now they find themselves in prison or in a county jail waiting their trial. These are definitely some shortcomings, brothers. We truly must acknowledge and look to improve and better ourselves towards. You know what I'm saying? Me myself, man, don't no brother got to worry about they girl or ex girl around me, because to the next point, that basically shows a differential in a scarcity mindset versus an abundance mindset when it either comes to money or females. Like, if for somebody to double cross their man for money or a woman, it is as if they basically out of the scarcity mindset. They think that that's the only woman they can attain. That's the baddest chick they done ever seen in their life. That's the most money they can get in their life, is if they can just do this and then make this $10,000. Do this, make that $5,000. Do this, get this $100,000. Do this, get this $1 million. Now, knowing that this is a huge world, and with that being said, it's a abundance of money. It's abundance of opportunities to make money. It's abundance of opportunities to meet women in this world. You know what I mean? You don't have to go after something that somebody else got. It's a shame. But it's the sad reality of what we live in, man. There's a lot of cats who is cutthroat out here, man. And again, this is why we dealing with, state of the brotherhood, trust and mistrust. Let's rebuild the brotherhood with loyalty. You know, a lot of this trust and mistrust is pertinent to, things that people possess. People who they are in close relationships with. You know what I mean? So, you know, we must be respectful for people's possessions, and not look to double cross nobody for nothing that they have. Get your own stuff. Don't be trying to get your man girl. Don't be trying to get your man ex girl. Don't be trying to double cross your man for a quick lick. You know what I'm saying? $10,000, $100,000, $1,000,000, however the case is. Get your own money, man. You know what I'm saying? But it goes back to having a scarcity mindset versus an abundance mindset. All right. So as brothers, we must rebuild this brotherhood, with loyalty. With loyalty. In my past experiences in life, I've come across some phony, weird cats who have double crossed me. And appreciate you, Brother Hearn. Brother Hearn, my man. My man, 100 grand. That's my man right there. For anybody who don't know, hit my boy up. He do the car. He does automatic automobile mechanics. He's a mechanic. He also does detail. He does do like lights and a lot of different customized lighting inside your car, outside your car. Hit my boy up big time. Aware. And basically right now, I appreciate you coming back through, Brother Hearn, man. This is kind of like a retake of one of the last lives that you checked me out on, because it didn't post. It didn't post on YouTube. The video and the audio didn't go through, so I'm just kind of doing a retake. So, you've already heard a lot of this stuff already, because I believe you were on the last one. But, if you'll be so kind to partake and bear with me, I'll be pretty much running through some of the same points, but you could possibly let me know if I've came across, these same points with the same vigor and hitting on the same points, talking points with consistency, should I say. And shout out to you, brother. And I need to hit you up. Offline. Holler at you on some stuff for sure. Big up to you, brother. Love you, my brother. Love the support. Love you for your support. But yeah, man, I've had past experiences with, some phony weird cats who would try to get after my ex-girlfriend or possibly get with my girlfriend and stuff like that. And it was just like, even though the girl might have came and went, or whatever the case is, and the so-called friend of mine might have still been around and stuff like that, I might have forgave that person, but I didn't forget it. You know what I mean? And it's just kind of left us in a weird limbo, because it's like, dang, bro, you was my dog, bro. How you gonna try to shoot at old girl behind my back, bro? You didn't think I was gonna find out about that? Or bro, why ain't you come to me, bro? If you was really trying to holler at her, come at me to see if I would even bless the situation. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of weird people in society. And again, we need to rebuild the brotherhood with trust and with loyalty. But again, that goes back to having a scarcity mindset and an abundance mindset, and ultimately people having, thirst and just being desperate, bro. Like, what else would cause somebody to go after their homeboy girl, or even their ex-girl, their wife, or their ex-wife, you know what I'm saying? With them knowing the history and all that, they got kids together, you know what I'm saying? Why would you want to go after your man's ex-girlfriend, ex-wife, or baby mama, or whatever the case is? This is just craziness that we see in society. Yet alone, why would you want to set up your homeboy, line them up to get got just for some money? You know what I mean? That's craziness. But let's look at the definition of loyalty. So, according to dictionary.com, loyalty is the state of quality of being loyal, faithfulness to commitments and obligation. I will repeat, loyalty, the state or quality of being loyal, faithfulness to commitments or obligations. So, you know what I'm saying? If it's somebody who you done grew up with, you know what I'm saying, you would just imagine that they will be faithful to you, you know, and and not double cross you off of just for a chick, just for a brief, quick feeling, for just a busted nut or whatever the case is. You know, you would think that y'all done went through so much stuff. Y'all done, y'all might have did some dirt together. You know what I'm saying? You might have saved his life. He might have saved your life. You know what I'm saying? Y'all might have made some money together. I mean, all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But to jeopardize that brotherhood in itself, you know, is that really worth it? To be thirsty and desperate, to have a scarcity mindset, and not to know that, hey, man, if you just go across town, it's a chick who way better than this dude, ex-wife or girlfriend or baby mama who might like you. You know, I don't know. It's crazy out here though. But I would just say, as men, we must hold loyalty as a principle. You know what I'm saying? We must hold that as a principle and something that we stand on across the board with other men. Because again, when we're dealing with the brotherhood, this isn't a thing where it's just blacks. You know, yet I'm a quote unquote black African American. So I'm not just dealing with my so-called African American brothers. This is across the board, across the spectrum, to all men coming from all walks of life, whether you rich, poor, middle class, whatever the case is. If you are a son of Adam, you are a brother of mine. And more brothers need to see society in this way. And we must cease to look at each other with such ill intent, malice. How so we must cease to look at each other with so much destruction on our minds and in our hearts. You know what I mean? Because, you know, even in my day-to-day interactions and movements and stuff like that, you know, there's people who size me up. You know what I mean? Look at me. And it takes some meekness on my end to not just, you know, light them up and spur them up. Because, I mean, you know, I ain't gonna go into all that, but it just takes some meekness and some love and some mercy on my end to look beyond that and overlook it and take the high road and things of that nature. But that's coming from a place where I'm trying to show love to my brother. I don't want to lay him out. I don't want to knock him out. I don't want to have him going to the hospital. I don't want to have to kill my brother. You know what I'm saying? Because he's fellow mankind to me, you know. But more and more and more brothers in society need to cherish the brotherhood, you know what I'm saying, as mankind. And I will get to why at the end of this. So y'all just bear with me. Like the stream as you come in, subscribe to the channel, interact with me in the chat. But we're dealing with the state of the brotherhood. Trust and mistrust. Let's rebuild the brotherhood with loyalty. But currently, man, and this is kind of like why I even came up with this, because I got to look at myself, and it's like currently, you know, my trust levels with most dudes, guys, men, brothers, you know, on the same level as I see with chicks, man. A lot of people are snakes out here, man. And they're looking to capitalize and to take advantage over someone's, you know, misadvantages, you know what I'm saying? And it's a shame. So that's why this is something that I'm passionate about, you know what I'm saying? Rebuilding the brotherhood. And I got some things I got to work on, you know what I'm saying? I got to make sure that when I come across a brother who has less than me, who is poor, who hasn't taken a shower in a week, you know, who might be smelly, I don't look down on him. And at the same time, I don't come across a dude who got more than me, you know what I'm saying? And I'm wanting what he got. And I'm in envy and jealousy and covetousness and things of that nature because he got more than I got. He got a trophy wife, he got the kids, he got the family, he got the luxury vehicle, the big house. I mean, I gotta make sure I'm on point. But as I'm working on myself and making this emphasis or something. I'm wanting to move forward. I just wanted to acknowledge this, and it's my hope for society that other brothers are thinking about the same thing, because we are only as strong as our weakest link as brothers. You know what I'm saying? But so often I see that the brotherhood is full of a lot of simps and thugs, backstabbers, wicked and cruel individuals. You know what I'm saying? A lot of simps being guys who they compromise their morals, their standards, their well-being and essence, for whatever, women, pussy, sex, money, status, fame, whatever the case is. All of those kind of individuals are simps. Thug, it's a lot of thug niggas out here who, they try to be overly masculine, when they really are feminine, just being overly impulsive and reacting to every little thing, But at the same time, I still got love for my thugs out here, man. Because, I mean, it was points and places in my life where I was along that path, when I didn't have no rhyme or reason to life. And I was just out here in the streets, you know what I mean? Just roaming. You know what I'm saying? So I got love for the thugs. But I hope better for them, just like the simps, a person who will compromise themselves for whatever, man. I got love for that brother because I got hope for them, you know what I'm saying? But they got to have hope for themselves. Same thing for the backstabbers. There's been people who have backstabbed me, but yeah, I forgave them. I didn't forget that. I still got love for them people, but the relationship has been destroyed. But, if I see them, I'm still holler at them. Yeah, all right. Hey, what's good, bro? How you doing, man? How your family doing? Y'all good? That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, ultimately, man, this world is just ran by a lot of wickedness and, cruel people. So we have to acknowledge this as brothers, our shortcomings, if we want to come together and reunite or unite, period, across all spectrums of life. This isn't a black thing again. This isn't this isn't an African American thing or nothing like this, man. I mean, I'm a brother to a white person. I'm a brother to a Mexican person. I'm a brother to an Indian person. I'm a brother to a Asian person. I'm a brother to the dude who smell like piss. I'm a brother to a dude who smell like Calvin Klein or Burberry or something like that. I mean, I'm a man, and any other man across all spectrums of life is my brother. You know what I'm saying? So myself, I got work to do, but I just want to acknowledge the shortcomings and bring some awareness to this, and hope that other brothers who are thinking men will approach life with more love for their brothers. You know what I'm saying? So let's make a change today. You know what I'm saying? Let's end all the bull, you know what I'm saying? All the pride, all the ego, all the weird stuff. You know what I'm saying? Let's try to make a conscientious effort, a valiant effort to make change. And if we can't change the world, at least let's make change in ourselves to rebuild this brotherhood with loyalty. Because aside from the Most High, the true and living God, the God of the Bible, Jesus and Jesus Christ, we all we got, man. As brothers, as men, we got governments against us. We got policies and laws against us. They will create laws to enhance homosexuality and sodomy and things of this nature, and then they, basically want you to be in compliance and respect to all these things. When if you speak out on those things, you don't have freedom of speech. you could be looking at jail time just for you speaking out on homosexuality. You know what I'm saying? Yet alone in society and media and social media, they just pumping all this stuff in our face. Entertainment. You can watch a commercial and come across a commercial where they got two guys kissing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they just forcing, they just forcingly spoon feeding you, homosexuality. They're trying to feed you all of this agenda where they're trying to demasculate us and feminize us. You know what I'm saying? It's truly spiritual weakness in high places in this world. You know what I'm saying? If the women ain't against us, you know what I'm saying? Going back to the women and dealing with the laws and policies, if you get married to a woman, if things don't work out, if you ain't got no prenup, and even if you got a prenup, you still might have to deal with like some spousal support, alimony, and things of that nature. Then don't let y'all have no kids. Now you're dealing with child support. Now you're getting your wages getting garnished and all that, and you working for crumbs. You know what I'm saying? You back at slavery status at that point. You're a slave of the system. You're a slave to the women. You're a slave to this government. You're a slave to the laws, the policies, and all this kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? On top of the police, you know what I'm saying? Like the police are after a lot of us, though if you handle yourself in a respectable manner towards police, a lot of times you don't have no problems. Like me myself, man, maybe the last time, maybe 3 to 4 times I got pulled over, I got off with a warning. But that's not always the case. I've been fortunate, in some other cases that have been more drastic and lethal, people they might have approached the police being cordial and polite and all that and still end up dead. You know what I'm saying? So even the police can be against us, you know what I'm saying, because of their abuse of power and things of that nature. And even our children can be against us because, again, we're dealing with, in a lot of our communities, and I'm going to deal specifically with the quote-unquote African-American community in this talking point. The children can even be against us because, when you're dealing with a baby mama and you're on child support and you and the baby mama might not be on good terms, and then she got the custody of the child and things of that nature. Ain't no telling what she could be feeding the children, and she could be feeding them toxic stuff about you and stuff like that. Now they feeling some type of way about you. Now they thinking some type of way about you. Now the children is against you. So, with all this stuff against the typical man across the spectrum, because all of these things can apply to, all men, you know what I'm saying? Not just the black man. These things can happen to a white person, a Mexican person, an Asian person, or whatever the case is. So all these things against us as men, why should we have to look at each other as enemies? We should, we are the pillars of our families. We're the pillars of our communities. We're the pillars of, of society. We're the pillars of the nation. We're the pillars of the world. You know what I'm saying? We are, we are the steadfast. We are those who we're the ones who stand tall. You know what I'm saying? We're the ones who are relied upon. We're the ones who are dependent upon. When necessary, men. When there's a need for defense, when there's need for protection, when there's need for provision, we're the ones who are called upon. You know what I mean? For the community, for our families, for the nation. If they need to fight a war, who they going? Now women can enlist into the army and stuff like that. But for ages and ages, it's been men who were called upon to be the warriors. You know what I mean? And the enforcers and the movers, in society. So with all that stuff against us, we shouldn't be against each other. We must, in my opinion, we should look to rebuild the brotherhood with loyalty. And it starts with us individually. And, we all must make a stand to be loyal you know, not to show any kind of prejudices or prejudgments to anybody, no matter what walk of life they come from, but to truly love our brothers. You know what I'm saying? But this went probably just a little bit longer than the first attempt. Again, this is a retake of a previous version of this particular edition of MonkMode Chronicles. I'm hoping that things go through. For some reason, the video and the sound didn't go through. It didn't. After the broadcast was done, it didn't capture for some reason. I don't know. And it's crazy because I did a live stream yesterday that worked. So I'm just hoping that this will go through and this will work and all that kind of stuff like that. But just want to ask that y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel, be on the lookout for a whole lot of content coming, man. I got so many things that I've already recorded. It's just a matter of me editing it and publishing it and stuff like that, uploading it. And I got a lot of ideas to come. I got a few investments I need to make in order to take my YouTube channel to another level, which I'm looking to do. Though, if anybody's out there feeling inclined and feeling generous, you can definitely help support the channel by donating via Cash App, $DGZ1985. But again, be on the lookout for a lot more content to come. But I'm going to go ahead and end this. I appreciate any and all who have watched this. Like the video, comment, shout out to my boy Big Herm. Once again, hit him up if y'all need some. If y'all got some car work that needs some vehicle work that need to be done, holla at them. If you need some custom lights, things of that nature, hit them up, holla at them. For sure. But I'm about to end this, man. Y'all take care, take it easy out here, and I'll be on the lookout for more content to come. I'm out. Peace.